Psalm 47. It's introduced with these words, to the choir master, which I always think is amazing that some of these psalms were written for a choir to sing. So this psalm was written for a choir master to then put to music and for a whole load of people to be singing and instrumentalists to be playing. And it's a psalm written by the sons of Korah. So it was written by not just one person, but by a group of the sons of Korah. So a collaborative effort, which I also think is beautiful. Let's read or listen. Verse 1, Psalm 47. Clap your hands, all peoples. Shout to God with loud songs of joy. For the Lord the Most High is to be feared, a great king over all the earth. He subdues peoples under us and nations under our feet. He chose our heritage for us, the pride of Jacob, whom he loves. God has gone up with a shout, the Lord with the sound of a trumpet. Sing praises to God, sing praises to our King, sing praises. For God is the King of all the earth. Sing praises with a psalm. God reigns over the nations. God sits on his holy throne. The princes of the people gather with the peoples of the God of Abraham. For the shields of the earth belong to God. He is highly exalted. What a wonderful way to start a psalm. Clap your hands. You know, everyone can clap, can't they? Let's clap. It's a great thing to clap and express that joy, because it says, clap your hands, all peoples, shout to God with the voice of joy. What a wonderful exhortation that when we're clapping, when we're shouting to God, when we're singing, we can do it with joy. We have reason to be joyful. Why? Because, as verse 2 says, for the Lord, the Most High, is to be feared. He is the great King over all the earth. We've got to remember that. There's a king above all kings and a ruler above all rulers, and it's God. And he's ruling over the whole earth. Goes on to say he leads or he arranges peoples under us and nations under our feet. For those that understand the spiritual authority that's been given to the Church of Jesus Christ, actually, the nations, the peoples, are organized by God under the church. In other words, the church, through prayer, through preaching the gospel, through living lives with Jesus, the church sets the context for the rest of the world to operate and live. Again, that's a comment for those that understand these things. It then goes on to say that God chose our heritage for us, the excellence of Jacob, whom he loves. In other words, the heritage, the inheritance that we have from God, which is Jesus, God chose that for us because he loves us. Never forget that he chooses our inheritance. He gives us Jesus because he loves us. Then it says, God has gone up with a shout, the Lord with the sound of a trumpet. Actually, the word is horn in Hebrew, and it's a specific word for horn, a shofar. For those that understand Israel and the Jewish faith, the shofar, the ram's horn, is blown at particular times. It's blown at times of celebration, and it's blown at times of jubilee, and it's blown at times of warfare. God has gone up with the sound, actually, of the shofar. Sing praises to our God. Sing praises to our King. Sing praises. Just in case we don't get the message, the sons of Korah decided to repeat that 3 times. Sing praises to our God. Sing praises to our King. Sing praises, actually 4 times. For God is the King of all the earth. There we have it again. The reason to sing praise is because he's the King of all the earth, and he sits on his holy throne. And let's not forget that in the book of Revelation, Jesus Christ is on the throne. As what? What is he on the throne in Revelation? How does he appear? As a lamb. Jacob has a screensaver on his computer, which I saw yesterday, and it's a picture of a little lamb sat there. It's beautiful. And I looked at it yesterday. I said, Jacob, why did you put that on there? Was it because of why I'm thinking? He said, yep, it is. It's the Lamb of God, the Lamb on the throne. It's just something to picture. You've got this great throne of God over all the earth, over the whole cosmos, and there's a lamb sitting on it. But it's not just any lamb, it's Jesus, the Lamb of God. The princes of the people gather with the peoples of the God of Abraham, again, for those that understand the role of the church in this world. The princes of God's people, the sons and daughters of God who are walking with him, are gathered together with those who don't yet know him, the authorities and people with responsibility in this world, all together before God, all gathered before him, but with the church playing in the background the leading role. For the shields of the earth belong to God. What's a shield for?
Defense.
Protection, defense. It can be used as an offensive weapon as well, if you know how to use it. But it's principally for defense, and the shields of the earth belong to God. Ultimately, all security, all safety, all protection comes from God. The shields of the earth belong to God. He is highly exalted. He's raised up above all things. So I think it would be good if we begin this morning by singing praise to the Lord, to our great King who's over all the earth. And if you want to clap your hands, then go ahead, because that's what God says it's a good thing to do.